Hey guys, it's Carissa with Inky Fairy Designs and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a project up on the Ranger Ink blog. You can find a link to their blog below in the description box, and I have step-by-step photo tutorial over there, but here I'm going to show you a video of this whole process. So I was really excited. Ranger sent me some of the latest release from Dina Wakley Media, and it included the Faces collage papers. So I was showing you side by side, like they come in white and black in these. And I love working on the burlap paper with tissue paper, so I thought I would try to work on it with the collage paper. And I thought my thinking here is I would use the white and I would use it as a guide to kind of help me, because I'm not very comfortable with my drawing, and you don't see a lot of faces on my page, on my channel, because of that. But it's something that I wish I could do, and it's something that I admire so much. And maybe one day I will take the time to like really truly practice the art of drawing faces. And this actually I think is helpful. So I hope you guys will find it helpful as well. And another way to kind of use these collage papers as a tool in your art. And I love the different ways that other people, I have seen them use them, and I think they're super versatile. So I think this is just one more way. So what I've done is I've taken the multi-matte medium and I have collaged it to the burlap. I thought I would start with the Dina Wakley Media Scribble Sticks, and I took a class from her last year, and it was one of her Scribble Faces class. And so it was using the Scribble Sticks to kind of sketch in the under layers of a face, and then the first layer is like super sketchy, and then you do that with a light color, and then the second color you come in a little bit darker and you kind of redefine those areas, and then you'll take a darker color and even start adding more details. So I kind of had that lesson in the back of my head, and that's why I pulled out the Scribble Sticks first. And I thought that they would blend pretty cool into the paint that I would end up bringing in. So I started with the buff for her face, and it's a really good kind of like, I wouldn't call it a skin tone because it's very creamy. It's very cream, but you can create skin tones using this color, I think, by mixing it with, the other color, like the brown or the peaches, which is what I end up doing, and kind of adding those more shaded skin tones in. But it's a good base layer, so like you'll see that it looks like a hot mess, and it's just, I seriously, you have to push past the ugly. Like, I say that a lot on my channel, and I hear from you guys in the comments, and that really resonates with you. So I'm going to say it again on this one. Don't give up on it. It looks horrible right now, but we get somewhere by the end. I mean, in the end, I'm super pleased with the way that it turned out. Am I like super proud of it or amazed by it? No, but it took me out of my comfort level. So anyway, you can see that I've put the black collage paper, the black line art collage paper, next to me so that I can kind of reference it. Not that she ends up in the end looking at all like it, but that was the point of it anyway. That's why I used the white paper collage on the burlap, is so that in the end it didn't have to look like anything on that it was supposed to. So in the end, like, she's not wearing a shirt, like I take that line away and it's just her. And yeah, so here I am just taking a few different color blues from the Dina Wakley Media line and adding in some of that hair. And I did that because I was really I had to step away from the facial features because it just wasn't happening. And I knew I had to go in and add more details and kind of define it and do all that. and I was a little bit nervous about it. So you can see this is what I'm talking about, mixing the buff color with the blushing color. And so I do that, and I think I do it off like onto the craft sheet, or maybe directly. I don't know. I can't remember, but I think the blushing and the buff make a really pretty skin tone, and you could even deepen it up with the burnt sienna if you wanted to. That would look great. So here I am, I'm coming in and I'm making that not look so kind of freaky looking, and you can see that I've covered up the little blush lines that I had put on there, and it's so not a big deal. So I come in with Blackberry, and I actually mix that with, I think I mix it with either the buff or white, but I mix it to make more of a lavender color, and that's what I'm using to do a lot of the shading on her face. And you could see, like earlier, I had done that with the blue and the purple of the Scribble Sticks, because I really like to have that cool tone shading on my faces. This is something that I bring into mixed media from my coloring. When I would color with color stamps with Copic markers, I always do the shading, or like the deep shading, with a blue or purple undertone, and then kind of, you know, go over it with the skin tone. And that's what I'm bringing into this. So now I'm getting a little bit more confident, and so I've pulled out a Stabilo Marxall pencil, and this is in the color black, and they are water soluble, so they're great because while I can see more of the lines because it's a lot darker, and the black is just, I just love these pencils. Also, I can, if I'm not happy, I can wipe it away. And so here I had added the details of the line, but I wanted to get her eyes a little bit whiter, like the whites of her eyes. And so I just added more paint there, and then I went over it again with the pencil. And the great thing about these and the Scribble Sticks is that you can go over them with wet paint and you're not going to ruin them. So that's a huge benefit of using the Scribble Sticks and like a Stabilo Marxall or something like that with the paints, because you're not going to ruin that medium. So here I am, I'm just adding more details and coming in, adding in the pupils of her eyes, adding a little bit more shading with the Blackberry. Now here I have used it like kind of full strength, the Blackberry, and so I put a few shades on her face, and then I added that into her hair. And you'll see me do that a lot, where I will bring a color into her face and then, or the background, and then I'll add it to her hair or I'll add it to another area, and that just makes the overall composition pleasing to the eye. So here I am bringing in olive, and I'm sorry sometimes when I do those close-ups, my camera for some reason right now is super high. I cannot see it. And so when I even get on my tippy toes and I'm trying to see if I'm like holding it up into the camera, and I have to readjust that. I have to fix that, because I know when I used to film more consistently, of course, that it was more at like an eye level for me. So I need to fix that. Anyway, I just used that olive color as a background. I loved how it really kind of contrasted against that pretty blue hair and made it pop. It just really made that whole page pop. So now I'm even more brave. I've come in with the Fude ball pencil, or not pencil, but the pen by Ranger. And this is one of my favorite pens for art journaling because it just glides so smoothly over dry paint. Now you want to use this medium over dry paint. You want to make sure it's all dry before you go over it, because it will kind of get into that little area. But yeah, I love this pen, and it was great for adding kind of like sketchy little details. And I decided to do a little journaling. You can see off to the side I have her small words collage. I don't know the exact name of it, but it's the second set, and I love it. It also comes in black and white, and so I'm just doing a little journaling, and then I'm going to pick out some words later on. You'll see I'll pick out some words. But this is one of her new stencils. This is the Best Hearts, and it's super cute. I love that like all of her stencils are super wonky and not totally perfect. And so I love this heart stencil. And here you can see I'm bringing in that blushing color full strength you know, we have it on her skin tone, we have it in other areas, and now I'm using it to add a little bit, you know, more texture and interest there. Bubbly Circles, this is one of her clear stamps. This is one of my absolute favorite texture making stamps. I just love it. And I love the clear stamps because you don't have to put it on a block, you know. You want to have that kind of like not perfect stamping. At least that's how I like to see it on my mixed media. And so I always, well, not always, but I think I do a lot. I fill in those scribbly circles with white paint, and that just adds a little bit more brightness to my page. Especially we started out on burlap, and so it was a really dark page anyway to begin with. So this just kind of adds a little bit more brightness and contrast to the page, and I add that to her lips and her cheeks. And then I'll also use the end of my paintbrush to add those highlights in the eyes, because I don't know, you want to add highlights to the eyes. And that's another thing that I've brought over from coloring. You know, I would always use a white pen to add those highlights on an image that I'm coloring, and so why not? You know, I know it looks good on a stamp, so of course I'm going to use that in my drawing or in my art here. So I added a little bit more color to her hair, and here is the collage papers. I don't know what they're called, the small words too, I think. And I decided that I wanted to put it on some white cardstock because I really wanted it to stand out. I didn't want it to fade. Sometimes you would want to put the collage paper and have it fade into your background and just kind of see those words. But I wanted the words to really kind of pop off of this page. And so it's very much kind of ties in what I journaled about. I love this. The secret, keep going. I think that resonates with a lot of us right now, at any time. But anyway, here I want to show you. I was trying to use the multi-matte medium, and that was not going to work. So pull out the Dina Wakley Medium Ultra Thick Gel, please, when you're working with cardstock and trying to adhere that to burlap. Just save yourself some time and heartache. That stuff is really going to stick it to the page. But anyway, every day is another chance. You know, a lot of us know somebody or maybe going through depressions and anxieties and all of that kind of things. It affects either us personally or someone close to us. And so those words I just love, because that is seriously the secret. Every day you will have a new chance. And that's something that I have to remind myself, because days get hard. As a matter of fact, the time that I was actually doing this journaling, not the voiceover, but it was a hard moment. And so that's kind of why those words jumped out to me. And I think she looks kind of like looking off to the distance, and maybe she's got some worries on her mind, like I did when I was doing this page. So here I am, just making my little cross marks that you guys have probably seen me do over and over, but they are becoming part of my art, and I like to use them. And I lighten them up with a little bit of the white Scribble Sticks, and I found out that if I heat it up and then do the white on it, it really brightened it up. It was really cool. So I just wanted to show you a little bit close up. I love the texture that you can get when you use either tissue paper or the collage paper over the burlap. I know it's one of the pages that a lot of people have a hard time with in the Dina Wakley Media Journal, and so I encourage you to pull out some tissue paper, pull out some collage paper, and then put your paint over it. You'll still have all of that yummy texture, but it will make your paint and your ideas flow a lot easier on those pages. So, well, that wraps up today's video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed seeing another mixed media video. I know it has been a while, and if you did, please give this a thumbs up and like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber, and click the bell notification so you know when videos are coming out, because I don't even know when they're coming out. But thank you guys again, and until next time, do something creative today. Bye.